Back to former acting DHS Secretary Chad Wolf now. So the American people see this happening. We've had a handful of recent attacks now, this one today, affecting major companies. So what can we do as a nation to obviously not get ahead of this? It's already happening. But what do we do about it?
Well, I think it's important to remember, obviously, these ransomware attacks have really blown up over the last several years. And I think it's important to remember that the pipeline industry or even the food industry, these are not the only critical infrastructure that are under threat from ransomware attacks today. So I think we got to build better defenses at the end of the day. We need the private sector to take cybersecurity extremely seriously. And that's not just the big companies. We know smaller companies are also very vulnerable to this as well. We need the federal government doing more. We need we need the law enforcement seizing cryptocurrency that's used as payment. And we saw this just recently, that the FBI was able to make some seizures, and I think that's good from the Colonial Pipeline attack. But we also need perhaps the IC, Cyber Command, and others going after these non-state actors. You've got to put consequences in place, and then we need to hold Russia accountable. These operators and these cyber terrorists operate out of countries like Russia, and they may not be doing it at the behest of the Russian government, but they are being provided safe haven. And so the federal government needs to do more in making sure that our Russian counterparts are doing more there to root out these folks that are there in their country.
Chad, do you believe that this is criminals simply trying to make a buck, or could this be proof of concept stuff that could be used in a future conflict?
I'm not sure that we actually know that question. It's a great question. I think the large majority of these are criminals in nature. They're driven by profit and money to do that. But what we don't know is really the ties that they have to state actors, whether that's the Russian government or other governments. And it certainly could be, they could be sharing their playbooks, which is very concerning. And so I think that's why we need to take this very seriously. This is no longer just an issue for the private sector to deal with as it has been in the past. What we know is that these are sophisticated actors, and they are targeting critical infrastructure that has a real impact on Americans and the livelihood of the American economy. And so we need to be doing more from a federal government perspective, aiding our private companies in responding to these types of attacks.
I have to leave it there real quickly with 5 seconds left. Which sector do you believe where we are most vulnerable? We saw our food sector hit, our energy sector. Where are you most concerned?
Well, I would say public utilities as well as our financial sector. Yeah. I think, again, have made a lot of investments, but if I were concerned, those would be two industries I would also be looking at.
Very interesting. Chad Wolf, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thanks, Chad. Good to see you. See you again soon.